it to happen because it was only doing what it was and what its passion was. Otherwise, if that sun was to ever consider the rest of the cause and effects and the other ripples, it probably wouldn't have been able to do what it did.
I think you're thinking that when I'm creating things, I'm thinking about the other people's work while I'm doing it. That's just something that happens. Like when it's done, or
After some point, and that's the heart of our creativity.
Not really how I create. That's what I'm saying. It's not happening in that process because because when I create, I don't dictate everything. I kind of flow. So it's not like I don't know what I'm gonna create when I start. I'm surprised with everyone else, Like I kind of go into a zone where I'm not really like I'm just doing it. So I'm not even thinking about what I want when I create. I'm just doing it,
Yeah, blissfully, right? So, but
And if it's not like that, then I can't. When I'm not just doing it and I'm thinking and whatever, that's when I'm like, no, I can't do this. I can't even do it.
yeah, because it's not free form anymore. It's not natural. It's not organic, and it's probably for the appealing of someone else's eyes or ears before your own. But then here's the rest of the breakdown, I guess, the division is when it's going to make a huge difference, right? If you're doing something and what you're doing with this creativity still now, if you are selling this creativity or displaying this creativity by any means, it is not just yours as a personal expression to yourself. If you're selling it or displaying it, it is no longer a free art form. It was done for you and your bliss, you and your kind of organic purpose. You're like a son just doing what a son does. It's no longer that anymore. It now has other incentives or benefits that are included with it, which are going to take away from its everything, like that analogy I was giving you with the sun. It's not going to make it do the same cause and effects because it now has this frame of mindset or mentality within itself that harms it, from whatever, that it could have done. But as you were saying, you want to sell your clothes, you want to sell your fashion, you want to not just create it, you want to not just wear it, you want to sell it. So you want other people to be wearing what you have created. And that's when we things get kind of weird. Because
But that's what I wanted to do that, how
you have an axis of why you want to do that.
That's always been where I was selling my ideas, whether it be fashion ideas or, what I mean?
But why are you selling opposed to just you being the seller and the buyer?
I can do that too, but I also just want to do that for money instead of working a job where I'm not creating.
Well, why do you need a job?
Because I need to pay for things.
Like what? Because you said need and paying. It's nothing that you need in this garden that you need to pay for.
I need a car. I've had 2 years without one.
You didn't need it, you wanted a car.
Well, I needed whatever. I need a car. I need an apartment place to live because I can't stay at my mom's forever.
Right. Your mom is paying for her building, so it comes to this ripple of well, in order for me to be at the building she's paying for, I need to kind of supplement or contribute. But there's nothing that we need to pay for.
I can't stay there for infinity.
But you don't have. My point being, this is the garden. This is the garden, just like Adam and Eve. They didn't go. God didn't drop them off, and they said, "Let me go find a job."
Yeah, but they didn't live in this time.
Okay, so therefore, our times is nothing besides what we call it and what we have done with our time. It's still the garden.
Yeah.
So this is becoming your natural self.
Yeah, I feel more constrained and not living in a garden
the wrong word. I'm talking about like I can shed light on that.
Like me being in my mom's house, like the biggest the biggest challenge is trying to create what I have in my mind, being in a place, being in my mom's house because I don't have the space and like place to do it. You know, and I've been creating something, but it just takes so much longer. I used to really be like boom, 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 making things, and just for me, it didn't really have to do nothing. But I would just create, and then people would ask me if they can buy them or whatever, like that way. And that's usually in the space that I live, where I just make the stuff, I love it, and then other people are like, "Ooh, can I buy that off of you? You're wearing it. Can I just buy it from you?"
So check this out. Let me put a let me remove this from the shadow. You want to be a creative organizer, but yet you cannot be a creative organizer because you don't have a creative space to organize.
Yeah.
Do you hear the oxymoron in it?
I mean, I can do it. I'm just saying it's challenging.
But you are placing a challenge in something that does not need a challenge. This is what I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you, like, I'm chopping this all the way the fuck down. You know, for no apparent reason, this is just dialogue. But you are a creative organizer, but yet you can't creatively organize because you don't have a space to creatively organize. And you're saying that I need money, I need a job in order to have money that I need. And my point being is that you don't need a fucking thing inside the garden, but to live your life. Everything inside the garden that you need is provided for you. Water, food, air, your organs are working, you're good. But now, because of, like, as you said, you gave their own answers to this. You said because of this modern society, because of this day and age, we need these things. But that's accepting the conditions of your modern society and not your modern society. That's not being a sovereign person inside the garden. So just because of what this modern society has evolved into does not mean that you need, keyword, to do a fucking thing. Need should not be in that place. Maybe desire, wants you, could be there, but we can probably check that too. But need, you don't need a fucking thing but God, which is the provider of your needs.
Yeah.
Because all you need is needs. The needs. But who provides your needs?
I didn't like what I didn't have it.
Well, that's for something that you would have to, consolidate, or maybe like kind of do the process of elimination of like a lot of things that we dislike, or a lot of the things that we say that we're deprived of, or that we are in need of. Are we really in need of these things, or are we really deprived of anything? We're not. But it's now due to like what, these lacking whys, we're doing something, or why we're deprived, or why we need anything. We're not asking these questions why. We're going all streamlined into like, this is what needs to be done. This is why I'm suffering. This is why this is not, because these I can't do this because I have this. And we're trying to chase this shit, and you're never gonna touch it.
No, you fucking, oh my God, you are so fucking stupid. I'ma need people not to be dumb.
You don't need people.
And now you're gonna just go and be, oh my God, this person is trying to get an accident right now.
That person is saying, I'ma need you to calm down. Like,
No, they just drove into the wrong lane to try. Okay. Anyway. No, I get it, but I also like, I'm not just going back into when I didn't have anything.
well, you just weren't in the right state of mind when you didn't have everything that you say that you wanted or needed. At
But
the
it didn't help my state of mind. It made it worse.
well, that's whose fault is that? You're always that's the same pattern and ripple that's going to be for your whole life, that you are going to make it worse than what it actually is. This is the enemy that we are, that we all have. We are the oppressor that we all have to face with, is ourselves.
Okay.
And our mentality saying that, like, well, I need this, well, I didn't have this, well, I didn't like it the way it was right then, because we're not doing this breaking out of our chains.
Right.
We're not
But
breaking out of the enslavement forever. We'll tighten up the chains as long as we evolve and keep saying, I need this. Besides understanding what our needs actually are and what provides our needs. These are the only two consolidated factors that you actually probably need, is your needs and what provides your needs. Nothing in life should be even thought about. But yet we spend all of our life not even considering our needs. We talk about everything outside of our needs that we need. I need a car. I need this. I need a job. I need money. I need this. I need a truck. I need this. I need a shoe. Well, I need a home. I need this. I need that. But yet we're missing all of what our actual needs that are already met. But yet we live this whole life in duration chasing our needs that we have created and put in front of us to execute. You know, we're creating challenges ourselves and saying we don't have something or we need something. Or I got too much of this and I need it. You know, it's always something that we are creating. We don't need shit but our Lord. And then imagine the person that's supplying your needs being deprived, but constantly just fulfilling your needs. Not even getting acknowledged. Not even acknowledged.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to preach or nothing, like, but I am going to preach. If I'm alive, I'm going to. No, as long as I'm breathing, I'm alive. I'm going to use my breath wisely. And it's a reason why I'm not preaching for you. I'm not preaching for me. I'm preaching for my Lord. Like, I'm preaching for my goddess, that is you. You know, like, I need our world to stop right now with what's going on, because we don't even know that we're heading towards a waterfall. We're not even paying attention to the rapid water. The water's getting rough, and we don't even acknowledge that it's getting rough, and we don't know what entails that. That is, you're heading towards a waterfall. Because we're constantly putting these challenges in front of our face. We're constantly walking these treadmills that we don't need to be on. And we're chasing ourselves. We're looking for things that we're hiding. When everything you have is inside, you have it already. And instead of that, let's focus on what provides these resources that we actually need. How dare we forget the zero and think about all the other numbers? I mean, you know, I hear people loud and clear, like, this is like why I refuse to do so much work, all these fucking hours for this fucking punk-ass money, for any kind of bank account, to go purchase any fucking thing that I can goddamn pay for it. What the fuck do I need to do that for in my life? I don't need it, I don't want it. So this is like where I am, where like I'm facing now society in a troubling kind of sense, because like I'm resistant towards life, because this is not the life that I'm living inside this place when I have now I'm fulfilling my role of sovereignty. I am now placed in a position of a different society amongst the society. And I'm not comfortable with it because of what's been told to me that I need, and what's being, within reach that I don't even have to stretch for. Like I don't need these things. I don't need to go to work. I don't need to do none of these things. I wanna give worship. I wanna be happy without needing a fucking thing to make me happy. I have happiness. I am happiness. Why do I need to pursue happiness? I was created happy. I was created with these things, so why do I need to look for it? Why do I feel better with it when I already have it? Like, I don't want to fucking chase shit. I don't want to be looking for nothing. I don't need to be deprived of nothing. I have everything when I have God, and that provides my needs. I have me and I have God who provides my needs. What else do I possibly need to look at or be concerned or worried for? nothing besides what I would create inside of my head. And you were forever. Once you do one, you're forever gonna have some more. You got like 10 more lined up on top. Once you set up one thing that you want or need, you have now 10 more.
That's true.
In order to get that one, you have 10 other needs that you're gonna have to in order to execute that one. And then it's gonna be 50,000 of them by the time you even get to that one. If you even get to that. We're creating obstacles, yo. Just like rats putting their own self inside this whole fucking circus of a rat wheel. And then like wondering how they're gonna get out, but they don't want to march their little ass in there. And can't figure out how to get out. You put yourself in positions that you now have to figure out how to get out. Makes no sense.
I'm trying to get my earphones to work.
Did you pay the bill? No, I was playing. Did you pay the ear bill?
And then, look, after all that, then you gonna say that you paid the bill.
I was making a bill.
I'm gonna pay the bill. I don't got no job.
Well, you don't actually need the earphones.
I do.
You keep saying you do, but I mean you don't.
I mean, you don't, but you do.
You keep saying that. You can say that your whole life until you die. And I hope you had a good life. Like, I'm going to experience being alive different than other people are experiencing their life. Other people, for them to feel alive, they need to be wealthy, completely rich. My wealth is different than theirs. They need to have these tangible materials, which, you know, that's not going to make me happy because they're still going to need something or want something else when they get these materials. There's more and more in store of what they're going to need. So, like, why do I run into these inevitable illusions? And so, like, I am going to be alive before I die. Before I die, I want to be alive. Does that make sense? Because this state of being that I'm in this society, motherfuckers are tricking themselves that they're alive beings. Because what makes them alive, they are in pursuit and chasing. They're not even alive.
Yeah.
And they're dead because they're saying they're not alive because they need these things to make them feel alive. Hear me now. They have killed themselves. But yet they're trying to stay alive. Like, you are always this oppressor. Like, can you imagine the sun that gets an aerial view to look down on these things? You know, on street map, you don't get a good idea how to find yourself out of a situation. You're going to still be lost on the streets, like on ground view. But when you get an aerial view of the sun, of like where the gods are, starting to look, you start shaking your head at things like, hey, what are y'all doing this for? But why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Well, what do you need to do this for? That's a conundrum. That's another conundrum. That's an oxymoron. Well, that's that. Why are you oppressing yourself? Why are you depriving yourself? Now you need to chase something. That's all what's going on. And yeah, we sitting over here now. Now we establish our relationship to pray for what we so-called need. When the needs are provided for. They're already given to you, but now you're praying for what you supposedly need, quote unquote. It's got to not look too good. In God's eyes, in God's time, in God's speed, God's given, God's begotten self. Because now we don't understand that we are living God's life. God gave himself up to have us, to experience himself through us. So now look what God has to live and now look upon. It don't look too good. It doesn't feel too good either when you have to now live what you're looking upon. And this is where I'm kind of placed inside this world and this society right now, where I am now living and I'm not liking what I'm living upon. I have to live and I have to look down and say, no, this is not okay. But yet I have to be, this is like what a God on the ground has to look at, what it has to do, like a God body, a Godhead. Like, as,
well,
you know.
that's how I feel all the time. It's No.
But we have to check our God minds, though. This is why I'm doing this class with you right now, this session. Because, like, we can call ourselves gods and God is all we want to, but if we're not God-minded and God-bodied, we should shut up. We need to know what that looks like. We need to know what that is before we can say what it is. We shouldn't even acknowledge it. We can't even respect what it is if we don't actually get in the mentality of what it actually is. We don't even know what to praise or what to duplicate. We got to get beyond the surface level, man. This is when I'm coming down. Like, it's the critical thinking of knowing why.
Yeah.
This why is an important vowel, man. It's Aeiou, and sometimes Y is bullshit. Why that Y will be sometimes and within our alphabet and our speech. If we don't even question why, but sometimes. That sometimes should be all the time. It should be Y-A-E-I-O-U. So now we can question our vowels before we even spit our letters. It should be Y-A-E-I-O-U. That's when you run into telepathy. Because why do I need to speak these things when I already have the mind? That's going too far right there. Now I don't want to go too far. Get too deep.
Whatever.
Like man, I be trying to preach to some God church. I ain't trying to preach to no congregation. Like Christ was trying to preach to Paul, to John the Baptist. He went and told John the Baptist to baptize me. He said, well, I don't feel like I'm honorable enough to even baptize. Well, look at you. You're son of God. You're God right here, and asking me to baptize you. But this is what Christ needed. He needed somebody for him to be a teacher and a preacher and a student. He needed a real different district in the classroom. He needed a different congregation because he is on a different level than what he has to live and walk. He don't want to teach first grade to high school students. We're in high school now teaching first grade. Like this is not of my. Why do I have high school level? And why am I able to teach if I'm teaching first grade? What would be the purpose of that? How do I receive all this knowledge? What's the point of me receiving this knowledge if I can only teach first grade level?
Everybody has to be taught. Well, not the first graders.
But people need to learn how to learn.